Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm hoping you've come back because you enjoyed the last episode when we beat Manchester City. And just to add a little bit of context to it, we have another big game today, this time in the Champions League, round of 16 against Barcelona. Yeah, that's going to be a toughie as well. And welcome to episode 35 of Making Chelsea Stand Proud. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games, Barcelona in the Champions League, a round of 16 first leg at Stamford Bridge, but before that we have the game against Leeds United in the Premier League. Somebody that we've beaten twice at Stamford Bridge, but we've so far in this series lost on the one trip to Elland Road, a 4-2 loss. I think it was against the run of play, against current form and stuff. And as we're in good form at the moment, that perhaps doesn't bode particularly well. Before we look at our form and all the rest of it, I think there is one other thing that is hanging over us from the last episode. Beat Chesterfield 2-1 in the fourth round of the FA Cup. It does mean that there is a fifth round cup draw to go, and we're going to do that first. So I'm going to pass you to past Mark, who's going to do that draw for the fifth round of the FA Cup. And you join me as we are about to do the draw for the fifth round of the FA Cup, and it's going to be underway. And these are the teams left in the draw. Norwich, Leicester, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Chelsea, ourselves, Manchester City, West Brom and Sheffield United, Coventry, Tottenham and Manchester United, Southampton, Brighton, Stoke, Brentford, Newcastle, Luton and Arsenal. I don't know which team you fancy out of those. Let's have a look and see. First team out is Norwich. They will be at home to Leicester. Norwich versus Leicester. Crystal Palace will play Liverpool. Chelsea, we're at home then, will play Manchester City. Okay, so we play Manchester City in the FA Cup fifth round, and then we play Manchester City at Wembley in the Carabao Cup. That's going to be two back-to-back episodes, boys and girls. I'll leave Mark to future Mark to explain that in a minute. But what we'll do now is we will actually draw the rest of the draw. In fact, we'll go through the draw because it's just easiest. West Brom and Sheffield United will play Coventry. Tottenham or Manchester United will play Southampton. Brighton will play Stoke. Brentford will play Newcastle. Luton Town will play Arsenal. I think that's how it came out. We just didn't see it. There we go. We can have the draw in full. Norwich, Leicester, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester City, West Brom, Sheffield United will play Coventry. Tottenham or Manchester United will play Southampton. Brighton will play Stoke. Brentford will play Newcastle. And Luton will play Arsenal. I'll hand you back to future Mark, and he can talk you through how that draw affects the schedule. Thank you to past Mark. Yes, the fifth round FA Cup is against Manchester City again, as if we've not had enough of them already this season, and then facing them in the Carabao Cup. The Carabao Cup has been moved. Now, this is really odd because I don't think this would actually happen in real life. It's been moved from a Saturday, Sunday to a midweek. And I realistically do not think that would happen. Having said all of that, in this reality, Manchester City play us at Stamford Bridge in the 5th round of the FA Cup. And I guess you just put yourself into a hotel Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and stay down, maybe even Wednesday night as well, stay down for the Manchester City game at Wembley on the Wednesday night. That's what I would do anyway. It's a bit expensive maybe, but I'm sure you can stay, have a little bit of a holiday in and around London. You can go down to the south coast, I suppose, and enjoy yourself. 2 games back-to-back against Manchester City coming up in a future episode. So today, Leeds and Barcelona will do Southampton on the next episode with Manchester City FA Cup 5th round. And then on its own, Manchester City for the Carabao Cup final. It's almost like a special episode, but it will fit into the normal schedule. And then we'll come back for Barcelona and Tottenham, the Champions League round of 16 decider, as it will be, second leg at the Nou Camp, and then Tottenham back in the Premier League, as if we need another hiding. Not the best time to meet Tottenham, I don't think. But anyway, ending down towards the end of the season at that point, of course. As it currently stands, talking about form, we have gone 12 games unbeaten in the Premier League. Yeah, since we lost to Tottenham, mentioning Tottenham, losing 2-1 back in December, early December. We've not lost in the Premier League since then. That's 12 games unbeaten. 9 games, straight games we've won in a row in the Premier League. So we're in reasonable form, and I would like to think that reasonable form could carry forward to today's game against Leeds United. We have got Barcelona, as I say, in this next round. I'm not quite sure. We haven't played them before in this particular save. So that's coming up. But before we do anything else, let's get on with that game against Leeds United. As you see, we have played them 3 times in this series so far. We're losing 4-2 against them back in October 22. The first game we played against them in the Premier League. And since then, we've played them at our place twice, beat them 4-0 on both occasions. Barbosa and a hat-trick from Raheem Sterling last season in January, and then back in August. Yeah, August. Really, probably sort of really early in the season. In fact, it might have been first or second game of the season. Goals from Havertz, Mason Mount from the penalty spot, Brozier and Declan Rice scoring the 4 goals on that occasion. So that takes us to our trip to Ellen Road then. Let's see if we can do a repeat performance and get the double over Leeds this season. And this is the team that will face Leeds United at Ellen Road in this one. More familiar side than the one that played against Chesterfield. Kepa in goal, Chilwell, Fofana, Garcia and Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta, our backline Azpilicueta in because Reece James has picked up, he's managed to pick up 10 cards, so he's suspended for this and the next game. So he will miss out on that. Garcia coming back in the central of defence. Jorginho and Kante play in midfield in front of the back 4. Pulisic, who's been playing really quite well of late. He retains his position. Mount back in as the attacking playmaker. Otavio out on the right. Keeps Hudson-Odoi on the bench. Havertz in front of them. And on the bench, talking about the bench, Mendy, Koulibaly, Tuturia, Barbosa, Cucurella, Hudson-Odoi, Aubameyang, Rice, and Loftus-Cheek. It's Brozier who drops out of the bench for this one. This is how the two sides match up. Leeds playing a 4-3-3 formation. Danny Cowley is their manager. Alves up front, and other notables are Harrison Jack Harrison on the left, Sinanestra out on the right, and Rocker playing in defensive midfield. We have a corner. Chilwell with the corner. Swung in for Fofana, but couldn't keep it down. Mesler with the goal kick. As Leeds come out. Jorginho wins that ball. Chilwell, Fofana, back to Jorginho. Kante, Pulisic, finds Chilwell. Chilwell cuts inside. Through to Otavio, and somehow or other, that's gone over the top, but Otavio was offside. Free kick from Leeds inside their own half. Moving the ball around nicely, Leeds. Not found a way through yet. Chilwell not underneath that one. I was expecting him to get up for that one. Fofana, though, tidies up to Garcia. Kante goes out wide, finds Chilwell, who's been on a bit of a run. Pulisic, as I say, he's been on good form, but that was poor. And half-time comes. There's been a knock to Chilwell, so we might have to investigate that. Up until the back end of that half, when Leeds seemed to get back into the game a little bit, we had been competing, keeping them at bay. They had one shot and none on target, but they've ended up with 3 and 1, 0.42 on the XG, 55% of the possession. We've had 5 shots, but only 1 on target, 0.84. We need to be hitting that target if we're going to win this game. And we get a highlight from kickoff. Alves kicking off for Leeds. No changes made at half time. Leeds moving this ball around very nicely, but Garcia cuts that out. Azpilicueta, Garcia, back to Azpilicueta. We're not moved forward anywhere and goes all the way back to Kepa. And we start again for Fofana. Jorginho goes out wide. Chilwell. Chilwell stayed on. He's seems to have been okay. We've done, obviously, the physio's done something on him at half time. We will keep one eye on him. Kante comes forward. First real attack we've seen. Otavio, Mount. Habits! 27th goal of the season. And it was a lovely build-up. Slow and easy. And eventually we just upped to gear and tucked it away. 1-0 after 46 minutes. Otavio, lovely first-time pass, as was his Mounts. And Habits burying it in the back of the net. Again, highlight from kickoff. And Leeds have the highlight from the kickoff. Sousa comes forward, but Kante's cut that out. Garcia out to Otavio. Otavio, who's come into his own recently. Habits looking for his second. Gone out for a corner. Chilwell with the corner. It'll be a in-swinger. And I think that was Fofana. He's had another go. Fofana's had about 3 goes here. Chilwell. Oh, and another corner. Goalkeeper making absolutely splendid saves in the Leeds goal there. Chilwell with another in-swinger. Fofana straight into the arms of Mesler again. Azpilicueta. Mount. Pulisic back to Mount. Otavio has a shot from just inside the area and it's gone over. Throw in for Leeds on the far side. Christensen. Matslip. Adams. Mount has stolen it off him. Havertz. Pulisic. And Pulisic puts it away. That man, he's 6th goal of the season. He's not been in the best of form, and then he's had a bit of a run in the team for whatever reason. And he's made the most of it. I'll give him that. And he's making a play for himself to be in this side on a permanent basis. Through the legs of the goalkeeper. Highlight on 74 minutes. We were just thinking about possibly some changes, but we do have a highlight. Leeds do have the highlight. 2-0 after that goal from Pulisic on 56 minutes. And that one's through to Adams. Adams. And the defender blocks the shot. It was Garcia blocking the shot. Harrison with the corner. Swings it in. It's headed clear by Fofana. Flicked on by Kante. Havertz has it up front. He's got to hold the ball up. He needs a bit of support there. And it's gone out for a throw. And you join us on the 77 minutes near enough. 2 changes. Ben Chilwell, who's done really well after taking that knock. He's carried on. He's done really well, and he's got a 7.2 on the rating. So he's done very, very well. Jorginho not had such a good day, though. He's come off. So it's Ben Chilwell, the usual change. It's Cucurella on for him, and Jorginho is coming off for Lucas Torreira. And with 86 minutes on the clock, 2 more changes made. We have taken off Kante and brought on Declan Rice. And we've also taken Mason Mount off. And we are giving a run out to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who has been out with injury and what have you. He's made his way back. And he's going to get a few minutes on the clock today. And no more highlights. It's all over. It's a 2-0 win against Leeds. So we have done the double over them. 15 shots, 6 on target, 2.25. We did bring the possession back down to 49%. They had 8 shots, 3 on target, 0.92, 51% of the possession. Havertz and Pulisic getting the 2 goals and doing the damage to Leeds. Let's have a look and see what that's done to the table. But after the rest of the games have been played, because we were on the early game today. So here we are then. The rest of the scores, interest to us. Manchester United losing again 2-0 to Fulham. Liverpool beating Brighton 4-1. Manchester City beating Everton 2-1. That man Erling Haaland getting another goal to add to his tally for the season. So this is how the table looks. Liverpool still have a game in hand over us, but they are 8 points behind us at the moment. So we still have that cushion against them. We are just still 8 points behind Manchester City. So we keep the pressure on them at the top of the table, having got that win against them in a previous game. So Liverpool 3rd, Arsenal 4th, both on 55. So it's just literally on goal difference. Tottenham now in 5th place on 50 points. We're sort of 13 points clear of them. Norwich 6th on 41. Leicester 7th on 39. Southampton are 8th with 39 points as well. So that's how it has panned out after that round of games. I think there must still be games to play, bearing in mind that there are 26 Arsenal. I don't know if they played in the previously or what. But anyway, it will all sort itself out in due course. Right. Without any more to do, we're going to have to face up to it one way or another. We have a game at Stamford Bridge. Did I say Now Camp? I think it was Now Camp when we go do the next episode. But this episode, we are at home to Barcelona, the big Barcelona. And actually, we're going to have to perform a little bit better than we have done just in the last couple of games if we're going to see this one through. The other thing to mention is we need to get a decent result. 1-0 or a draw just won't hack it going to the Now Camp. We need to make sure we've got a decent cushion going into that game. We do have a Tavio who is suspended, and he's been in really good form just recently. But I think that might be an opportunity for Hudson-Odoi to come back in and prove himself. And Raheem Sterling could be doubtful. He's still out with a hip injury. I think it's going to be too early for him to come back for this one, but he may, all being well, be back for the return leg. Let's wait and see. Let's have a look at the team then that will face Barcelona. And the team that will face Barcelona in the first leg of this Champions League, a round of 16. It's Kepa in goal, Cucurella, Koulibaly, Garcia and James. Our defensive line, Jorginho and Kante in front of them. Pulisic, Mount, Hudson-Odoi. Our attacking midfield behind. Havertz up front. On the bench, Mendy, Fofana, Torreira, Barbosa, Azpilicueta, Loftus-Cheek, Abangamang, Chilwell, Kovacic, Broja, Rice and Gallagher. We do have suspensions too. In fact, Otavio, of course, has picked up a suspension, so he misses this game. Otherwise, we are pretty fit. Ben Chilwell probably isn't fully fit. So he remains a little bit of a doubt. Might play something of a cameo role a little bit later on in the game, assuming that we can get a decent lead to protect that lead. Maybe we'll see. So that is the team that will face Barcelona. And Champions League view of the teams. Playing our usual formation, version 2 of it. And this is the Barcelona side playing a 4-1 with a defensive midfielder and a 4-1. So 4-1-4-1. Lewandowski up front. Quite a formidable team. And they playing in what looks like our usual away strip. A beigey colour. Beigey brown. First highlight, nearly 12 minutes on the clock. James with a free kick. Can we get any advantage from this free kick? It's headed by the defender. Pulisic heads it down for Kante. Kante has a shot from distance. It's just gone over. Corner for Barcelona. Dembele, a very low one. Almost a daisy cutter. It's gone out. Havertz is going to get there. Havertz has support. Pulisic, Cucurella, back to Havertz. Havertz now playing as a winger. Pulisic through to Mount. Mount puts it in the back of the net. 22nd goal of the season from Mason Mount. And the crowd go delirious. It's 1-0 on 18 minutes. Throw in from Kundi. Gavi getting that forward to Lewandowski. Gavi comes inside the penalty area, crosses it to Dest, and he gets his second goal of the season to put them level and literally a minute beyond our goal. Behind for exactly 1 minute. Exactly what we didn't want to happen. Kepa with a goal kick to Koulibaly. Finds Jorginho. And that was a very slack pass. Looking for... Who was he looking for? He was looking for Cucurella. Didn't find him. And Barcelona have the advantage with the ball. Had to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Swings that out wide. Cucurella will get there. Cucurella to Koulibaly. Jorginho, Koulibaly, Cucurella finds him this time. Pulisic, Mason Mount over the top. Havertz, oh, he's put it wide. Puts his hands, head in his hands. He should do as well. And half time comes. It's all square at half time. We've not been in the game as I'd hoped. 10 shots, 3 on target, 0.43, and 60% of the possession for Barcelona. We've had 6 shots, just 1 on target. Which was the goal, of course, and 40% of the possession. Not the best first half, and Barcelona will be happy to take that back to the Nou Camp. That is for sure. First highlight of the second half. It's a corner. Mount to take it. Swings it in. It's cleared away. Kante. It's got a deflection. James gets there. Mount from just outside the area. But it's over the top on this occasion. Another free kick. Mount with the free kick. Swings it in. It's cleared. And Kante not getting to that one. James on the overlap. James looks for Garcia. Garcia finds Koulibaly. Koulibaly out to Cucurella. Cucurella. Pulisic into space. Can he cross this ball? He can. But defender is there. It was Dest who put that into the arms of the goalkeeper. And is Stegen going to launch one? No, he's not. It's Christensen, but Christensen makes a mistake and Mount tries to profit from it. But the goalkeeper making a fine save. Corner again. Mount with the corner. Swings it in. We're not getting anything from those corners. Kante heads it back into the area, but Fatty is there. They have a free kick now. Gavi with a free kick. Swings it in. We've got it away, but only as far as Lewandowski. Koulibaly is there. Pulisic. Right, we need to break now really hard. We're not going to. We've held it up. Garcia flyers one forward, looking for Hudson-Odoi. Finds him. Hudson-Odoi inside. James on the overlap. James needs somebody in the area now. It's crossed in, looking for Havertz, but it was cut out by the defender. Jorginho. Cucurella. Kante. He's come off the woodwork, and Dest gets rid of it. It's gone out for a corner. I was trying to do something. It's one of those, again, that there's a button in there that doesn't quite work. So you join us with 77 minutes on the clock, and we've made 4 changes. And those changes are Kovacic is on for Kante in midfield. Declan Rice is on for Jorginho, also in midfield. Neither of those have played particularly well today, and I think that's why we've not been firing on all cylinders, that's for sure. Brozier comes on for Pulisic on the left-hand side. Havertz drops into the attacking playmaker role, and Aubameyang comes on up front. The only thing we've got to check with Aubameyang, is he happy to play in that role? I think he is, yes. Right, we'll leave him as an advanced forward. We have a corner. James with the corner, swings it in, and Garcia heading it over the top. And it's all over. It's a 1-1 draw. Not the result we wanted. Mason Mount, after 18 minutes, thought we were on the way to at least a significant win. But Dest had other ideas 1 minute later, putting Barcelona level. And as I said, Barcelona will be more than happy to take a draw back to the Nou Camp. And we have a very tall order. We've got to do something very special in that match. Barcelona, 12 shots, 3 on target, a 0.52 on the XG, 57% possession. We had 17 shots, 4 on target. It would have been good to have had a second goal or maybe a third goal out of those. 1.65 on the XG, 43% of the possession. It's not a good first leg, and I don't hold out a massive amount of hopes for us to move through to the quarterfinals. But who knows? We didn't think we were going to beat Liverpool. Out of Manchester City, come to that, but we did. And here are the results from the other games in the round of 16 so far. Bayer Leverkusen and Paris Saint-Germain 1-1. Paris Saint-Germain doing the same as Barcelona. Happy to take that one away. Leipzig leading Manchester United in their tie. Again, Leipzig will be looking to reap the benefits of that. Real Madrid leading Benfica 2-1. We know our draw 1-1 with Barcelona. Milan drawing 1-1 with Bayern Munich. So all the away sides being the winners of their groups. And as it stands, they are looking very profitable to move on. So at the moment, right-hand side of the draw looks like the best side to be. Still waiting for results on Inter Liverpool, Rennes and Napoli, and Juventus and Manchester City. Talking of Manchester City, we're going to come back. We have them in the next 2 episodes. So they are coming up. We're coming right back in the next episode for Southampton and that 5th round tie at home to Manchester City. Having played them at home, of course, just an episode or so back and beaten them 5-2. Can we repeat that? On today's performance, the answer to that one's no, but who knows? So a repeat performance would be rather splendid against Manchester City in that one. Southampton, Manchester City, as I say, in the next episode. Then we have a 1-game match, which will be the cup final of the Carabao Cup as we try and retain that title against who? Yeah, Manchester City. And then the episode after that coming back for the return leg of the round of 16 when we face Barcelona at the Nou Camp and see whether we can actually retrieve the scoreline or not. And then a home derby match against Tottenham. So it's all happening here and you don't want to miss a single thing. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That means you'll know exactly when episodes of this series and any other series are released. And of course, as I said, you don't want to miss any of those that are coming up because there's some big matches in amongst those, Manchester City and a return leg against Barcelona. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud, currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15pm. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, best thing to do, follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you on the next episode. It'll be episode 36. It's out on Monday. Until then, I wish you a very good weekend. Until then, goodbye.